The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex.
Let's go to Scott in Colorado Springs. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, man.
I want to thank you for bringing this Nadex platform to our attention.
Oh, cool.
It's one of the most powerful things that I've seen.
Yeah, it is certainly a platform that not only is neat, but what's so sweet about it, folks, if you haven't tried it out yet, is that when you put your trade on, that is your stop. So what happens is this. Everyone's excuses all the time is that I moved my stop, I didn't put my stop. Well, that is your stop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's perfect. You can set your trades and go do something else.
Now, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, Darrell Martin. Welcome to the Bull and Bear Nadex Binary Option Hour. And let me tell you something, folks. Someone's taking a huge bite out of apple.
Making applesauce. Applesauce.
Applesauce big time. Right now, we get the Dow up 4, Nasdaq's down 15, S&Ps are off 2.5. We have gold flat at 16.96. Silver is up 19 cents. You got oil up 41. Bonds are up 17. King dollar is down 2 ticks at 79.88. And Shanghai's real now, folks. That was
wide price spread and really accelerated volume.
And we'll bring up the charts in a bit, but let me tell you something, folks. Okay, it's real. Darrell, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, how's it going with you?
It's going great. And listen, folks, if you haven't test drove or just opened an account yet with Nadex, come over to our website at TFNN. You can see the banner right in the top, right in the side. You can open an account right here, right now. You can open an account. They'll put $25,000 of funny money in there. You can test drive it. You can open a real account, put $1,000 in, whatever. And I can tell you from this morning, folks, okay, the thing that, you just heard the promotion, the ad, that, your trade is your stop. Well, this morning, depending, you can wait almost till 8:30 too. By the way, the disconnect was absolutely huge, and in the futures market, in the buy and sell, and what I specifically mean is this. I don't know if you saw this, Darrell. I'm sure you did. I'm sure many folks did. What you had is this, folks, is that the Nasdaq futures, okay, were only down 4.
Right.
They're down 4 points.
Right.
Okay? And this is where the weighting structure comes in, that understanding the weighting structure, just go to it quickly, right? Well, when that was happening, Apple was down 12.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Okay?
I didn't pay attention.
It was a no-brainer, man. I ran right over to Nadex.
That's great.
And on the Nadex one, it was 4 points out of the money at that point, the box, right?
Yes.
And I says, man, I'll take 4 points. So check this out, folks, because this is pretty intense. That risk to reward at that point was 10-1. I got 10-1 on
that's
right now.
That's pretty good. That's good.
And that's a spread. That was a spread.
Yeah, right.
Now,
nice.
Specifically what that means, folks, is this. Is that if, in fact, the NDX had stayed where it was, I would have, even on a spread, I would have lost all that money. But it was $120 for $1,200.
Yeah.
That was the deal, okay? So that was like as good as you can get. Well, it may be better. I'll find out if we get better ones, okay? But the key that I want you to understand is that it was right in front of us.
Yes,
I mean,
right.
The Apple still is that heavier weighting, and sure enough, it opened even lower.
Yeah. No, so in the NDX, it's about what, 17?
It's 17% right now. Right now.
And,
now, what will end up happening after
today? And
today?
the composite, it's around 11% or so. Just the
That's right.
Right.
That's
right.
It's huge.
It's one heavy. Yeah.
It's huge, and all you really have to do is I went from there and I said, okay, I didn't even move to Google quick because I'm saying as soon as I saw the disconnect, I says, oh, but this is heavy, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. And it's got volumes. I mean, so far today, 11 million shares.
Right.
It's trading inside my hammer candle.
And at that point, of course, we didn't know whether it was going to have volume or what it was going to have.
Right.
But just mathematically, folks, okay, what you had there was, and that's whether you trade the futures, you trade the Qs, you trade the QID. It doesn't matter. That's what you really want to get your head wrapped around.
Yeah.
And bottom line, let's see. So, this is going to be an ABC down. We get 11 million shares with 35 minutes into it.
Now you're just taking a look at the small one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the smaller one going back to the December 6th swing point.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, it blows that. This is where this goes. If it blows that one out today, now price-wise, it's already blown it out. It's already blown it out on volume. Did 11 million. We had 42 million for the day. That puts Apple under the 505 for that ABC.
Yes.
Okay. And then if it doesn't go after the 505.75 today, oh, baby.
Yeah, you got a whole weekend to rest up.
Rest up on the weekend, kicks back.
You know, this is the time of year when they have all the cider mills up, I think, in the Midwest. Maybe because it's December, maybe they're coming to an end. But maybe, I guess there's a few cider mills that are open making applesauce instead of just apple cider. Up there,
I'm telling
those
you, man.
Warm donuts. Oh man, that's
it's intense.
So you know, you may not have heard this. Here's one of my correlations because Ken in our office on Wednesday, we were having a discussion. So before he was leaving, he came in. He asked a question. He said, how is it that Apple could really trade down to the 300 area that you're talking about, or $400 area that you're talking about? Because I said, absolutely. The best trade setup that might be really setting up is Apple because it's a 200-point A to B leg.
Right.
And if it breaks the lows here, its chances are it's going to do more than 200 points on the next leg down.
Right.
And he said, how?
Yeah.
And so, the question I posed to him, I said, do you think Apple was fairly valued when Steve Jobs was alive? And he said, yeah. I said, well, let's go back and take a look at what Apple was selling at when Steve, and what new products have been out really since, Steve Jobs passing.
Right.
An iPhone 5, it's just another phone. Not a whole lot of other real innovation in products. So I said, let's just go back because I'm curious.
Yes.
I was just curious about it. And so we went back, and what was wild was Steve Jobs passed away October 5th.
Okay.
And if you take a look at the October 4th was obviously, we know, was a swing point in the marketplace.
That's crazy.
So the October 4th, October 5th level, the price range is like $350.
That's sick.
Isn't it?
That blows my mind.
That's a 1 to 1.2728, which I think is what Apple. And so it was just through normal conversation, and I was curious as to what because I said, to me, I would say Apple was fairly priced back then.
Unbelievable.
And because we then talked about just how the market works and the operators, and part of the markup phase, and that's what we saw going on, and now what we're seeing is marked down, and so people can blame it on and it's just tax selling or whatever it might be out there.
Right.
I think that's about as fundamental as you get tying into a technical thing that we're looking at.
I'm telling you, it blows my mind. That blows my mind. And you know what's so cool about it, folks, is that what's always cool is doing the ABC structure first and then seeing what's there.
Yeah.
But it is really just absolutely wild.
Crazy.
Hey, Darrell, and what we want to do is, Al, we'll pull up Darrell's screen when we're going to be doing this, all right? Can you pull up your analyzer? So what I'd love to do here is that when we're taking a look at this, it's not. I set up 3 separate trades this morning because I liked every one of them.
Okay, so we can follow along with Darrell here, so you can watch.
Oh, isn't that a beautiful thing? Look at that. Okay.
There you go. Got U.S. Tech up there. There's the trade you put on this morning. My guess is you did the 25.50 to 26.50 spread that you sold.
25. No, it would have been. 26.50. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And we were at. So let me just pull this up.
Only took a couple seconds with the analyzer there, right?
Yeah, let me NQZ. The thing that's absolutely wild, man. I looked at it, and it's interesting because with the binaries, what happens, folks, is that there's no doubt with the binaries, it's always a yes or no. But what I'm really starting to understand about, it was the 20. That's right. It was a 20. It was a 26.50 because we were trading at 26.44 at that time. And what ends up happening is that the amount I gave up was another 4 points. Right. That's what it was.
Yeah, but you already had such a great leading advance of, here's a correlation that doesn't make any sense with Apple trading lower by $12.
Exactly. And what you had, folks, is that, and you'll be able to, after the first break, we're having a tough time for some reason.
No, he's got your screens.
Oh, you got my screens?
Yeah, got everything.
Oh, perfect.
Got everything, baby.
So what you're looking at, if you're just looking, we'll swap over to my screen for a second. What you're looking at, folks, what I was gunning for, there's no juice on the upside, right? Well, it's still sticking out like a sore thumb. Look at this high. Now, what you're looking at here, I do the correlation between the futures. I use the futures and then put the trade on with Nadex. Okay, so I'm looking, but it's sticking out like a sore thumb. We got a high volume spike that's going to. My take is we're going to go after it today.
Yes.
And that's actually look at it to hit it. This is sick. So the high volume spike down the low is it's 26.22.50. We've hit 26.27, but that's what I'm gunning for. And if we Commit to that with volume. Well, good. We'll double. It'll double up, meaning that you will go down at that particular point another 40 points under 26.22.
Right.
So, pretty crazy, man. And what happens there, folks, is that you have the time. This is a 4:15 in the afternoon trade. Nice little deal. And it didn't mean that it had to happen, but it did happen.
But what it did was it gave you like you were saying, first you identified a divergence in the marketplace.
Right.
And those are always beautiful to be able to find. Divergence is always because then you're just simply using just normal logic. Then you went out, you found the right reward to risk trade that was sitting out there. You probably popped it open and you said, "Really?"
That's what happened. Well,
okay, here's a gift. I'll take this.
You know what? This is the sickest part about it, folks. There's no way that you should still be able to do what I did in this day and age.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Right.
That Apple, I wasn't speculating Apple was down. Apple was down. If you were trading Apple was down that much pre-market.
That's right.
It was like, okay, here's 17%.
Yeah, there's a handful of times, it seems like, each year where those correlations just kind of stick out. Sometimes it's maybe in a mining stock or something because of something going on overseas versus our market.
No, totally.
But there's always a little handful of those divergences, and that was what a keen eye to be able to pick up on that. And then you go to the Nadex platform and you're like, okay, well, this is an easy reward to risk trade, no matter what. You got and so like you were talking about, you set the trade and it's all done.
I don't think I've ever risked in the trade.
$120 for 1,200.
Yeah, in the trading market. Yeah. I don't think
it's a beautiful thing.
You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we get the Dow flat. Nasdaq's down 16. S&Ps are off 2.5. Gold is flat at 16.97, and that's going to be something you're going to keep your eye on, folks. Is that gold market? We're going to be right back.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Happy holidays from TFNN. Our most rewarding Tiger Dollar sale is back this December at TFNN. Normally, we offer only a 10 to 20% bonus on Tiger Dollar purchases, but through December 19th only, when you purchase Tiger Dollars to spend on any of our products, you get a 25% bonus on your purchase, and up to 10% of whatever you spend will be donated to the Salvation Army in your name. You'll receive a personalized thank you letter directly from our local Clearwater Salvation Army administrator in appreciation of your donation. Tiger Dollars can be used on any of our newsletters or subscriptions, never expire, and are fully transferable. Take advantage of our most rewarding Tiger Dollar sale of the year right now. Visit TFNN.com for all the details and to make your purchase today. Happy holidays from TFNN.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell and Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow flat. Nasdaq's down 16. S&Ps are off 2.5. And we're talking, folks, Darrell has an incredible analyzer. So, Darrell, is there, when we were talking on Wednesday, and you're giving the folks an update on my afternoon show, talk to me about, you were explaining that you like trading the S&Ps and the Russell versus the Nasdaq on the Nadex platform. So can you walk us through that?
Yeah. Well, I like the Nasdaq for the binaries.
Yeah.
It's okay for the spreads.
Okay.
The only issue I have on the spreads, and it's not that it's bad, it's just the only issue I have on it is if you'll notice how it ticks, the way it quotes right here, like 26, 33 by 26, 35.
Yes.
You don't have your two decimals in there.
Okay. Where the S&P, I saw that this morning. Okay, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we pull up like the S&P. Notice how we actually it's actually ticking in dimes versus quarters. So it's even ticking tighter than the underlying. So that basically in reality, that's making your movement to break even smaller.
No, that's good, man. See, and you know what's interesting about this, folks, is that this is why it's really important to listen to Darrell's show even when you're trading this, because I'm just getting used to it. And, and of course, what's happened is that I'm going with the price, I'm going with the volume. But after you brought that up Wednesday, I was looking at that this morning, but I don't quite yet have it down as to like what every tick is worth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And as you're test driving it, folks, and if you're trading in real money, you do have to get that down. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, one of the nice things, whenever you're trading on Nadex, to make it a little easier, is every tick is always worth $1 on Nadex.
Okay.
And on Nadex, everything ticks in ones. So either it's going to tick in, like on the U.S. Tech, it's moving in a whole point.
Yeah.
Wall Street 30, of course, moves in points, just like the actual Dow.
Right.
If I go down here and look at how it's quoting.
Okay.
The Russell, itself moves in dimes. And so if I go down and look at the Russell, then I can see it's actually moving in dimes right here. So see how it's quoting right there, 0.0?
Okay, yep.
So, and if you go down to currency, it's moving in pips just like that. So,
okay.
But it's always going to move in from 103 to 104 to 105, or in this case 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, or
so I see the difference that what you're talking about now. So
it's always a movement of one. Where the decimal's at, who cares?
That's right. No, but we're in the futures market. We do move in quarters versus in the Nadex, you're just moving in points, right? I got it. Okay.
Exactly. And so you're just moving it, which makes it easy. You don't have to memorize quarters and eighths of cents and all the other stuff. You don't have to memorize it's $12.50 a tick. It's always $1 a tick, no matter what.
Right. So if you get 15 contracts, it's 15 once you get into the break-even point. Right.
Yeah. And then, the reason I like S&P 500, one of the reasons it's one of my favorite ones on there, is simply because, it's ticking tighter than the actual futures are. So it's taking like the full-size futures, you know.
Well, you know what
so
I did at the same time? I don't think I'm in the... Let me just see something if I'm in the money on that one yet. I'm right... I think I'm right at the money. Because I did that one, too. Well, no, that's going to be all right, too. Because I did that one... 8:15, so... Yeah, it's up there. So that one was at... Oh, that's good, yeah. No, that was at 14:21.25. Interesting, okay. Okay.
And I mean, if you look at it, it's like 1.8, like distance to break even right now in the S&P 500 short spreads. It's 2 points on the U.S. Tech.
Okay.
See, it's 11, which would be like 1.1. You know, basically, I mean, just the way it's quoted. Like
okay,
1.1.
hold it. No, let's go through that. So you have this up on the screen. So walk us through this now.
Okay. So what I wanted to do is we're looking at say we're short in the market this morning.
Yeah.
All right. So we go in here and we say, okay, I want to choose, the indices. So I just choose indices right here. It highlights all of them for me.
Okay. Yep.
And I got the U.S., also have international.
And folks, I know there's plenty of folks in the car going to work. We're going to explain this as we're going along, okay?
Okay.
In case you're not watching Tiger TV.
The archive of this is on Channel 10.
Right.
Channel 7.
This show's on
Channel 10, you're right. Diagnostic Trading Hours, Channel 7. So... yeah, hop on over, and then as soon as you log in, you click on Box Spread Scanner, and you choose, say, U.S. indices.
Yep.
And then I say I want to sell. Okay?
Right.
And then I want to be able to make at least $2 for every $1 at risk.
Okay.
So pretty simple. As soon as I've done that, it's instantly going to narrow down all the choices. See if I get rid of them, okay, the filters.
Yes.
Then I'm getting 26 spreads.
Okay.
That I'd have to parse through. Which, I mean, I'd have to do that on the Nadex platform.
Right.
So to get rid of that mess, so I can go, okay, I'm ready to go short. Which one do I want to do? I just do that. Bam. There are my choices. Okay?
Yes.
And then, so like on the S&P 500 right here, I see there's 3 spreads available. One expires in 90 minutes.
Okay.
The other 2 have 345 minutes until expiration. So that instantly lets me know, hey, I want to be able to trade till the end of the day, till 4:15.
No, big time. Yeah.
And then both of them have the exact same movement to break even.
Okay.
Both have the exact same risk, but this spread can make $100 more than that spread.
I like that.
Look at that.
That's beauty.
So on one contract, you just made $100.
What we're looking at, folks, one of them has a reward of $340, the other $240. You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes are coming right back.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. If you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, folks, come over and try it. I mean, it's a phenomenal platform. There's no two ways about it. Once you test drive it, you'll see, well, first when you test drive it, what you're going to be tempted, well, hey, listen, what you can do, go do it. You're going to want to go to the binaries, because the binaries are, putting on red and black, and you can take $100 and, make 2,000 in about 2 seconds, or you just lose $100 on a continual basis. I'm gonna suggest that you do that a few times and then go to the spreads and get real about the deal. Okay, but that's what tends to. Well, I think that's what tends to happen because that's what I did.
People hop in and.
You know what's so funny? I mean, perception's everything, right? I know.
Totally.
It's crazy. Totally. And of course, the neat thing, folks. Okay, Darrell has a show each and every day. He's always trading an Nadex product. Now, you've traded this over a year, right? How long have you been trading it? Yeah,
about a year and a half now. So,
year and a half.
I mean, I've been trading for over 10 years, but on Nadex for about a year and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
And you felt that you found the Garden of Eden, right?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's so relaxing. You just put your trades on. You're like, whatever. Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's great.
No, and what you're hearing there, folks, is that when you do, when you're in front of the screen, there's all these different things that I think when you go along the trading. I remember the days that I never could stop. You know what I mean? That's really at the beginning. That goes maybe 5, 6, 8 years. I forget. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it's the point that you will go like maybe only 14 hours a day. Then you don't even think about it anymore. Do you know what I mean?
For
like
sure.
I was thinking yesterday. So you get a picture, folks. You got to remember something. Angie's in the finance business too in our house. So what ends up happening? We get up really early. I get up 5:30. Angie gets up about 6 o'clock. But what ends up happening is that I'm already banging it out.
Yes.
But it's normal in our household. So I'm on the kitchen table. And then so I'm on the kitchen table. I was thinking about it yesterday. I says, what? This is like. Kind of like not a crazy existence because we love it, but I'm watching Angie. She's making me some coffee. I'm already trading.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock, and I'm looking at, and then I'm going to go work out with Nico. I'm saying to myself, this is a trip, But what you just heard with Darrell, which I still trade the futures too, but there's no doubt putting the trades on now. But before I'm going out, so I can have a life. Bang, I'm hitting the Nadex product. Get out and work out with Nico for a couple hours, come back, and, you know, you either make money, you don't make money, but we get to 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Let's go to Richard in New York. Hey, Richard, what's going on?
Hey, gentlemen. Tom, could you be more specific of, like, when you place the trade? Is it before the market spikes down, or is it after it spikes down? Do you make the entry? And when is your exit? Do you wait to the expiration? And also, I have a second part of that question, and if I can put that out there.
How long you, Richard, thank you for calling, first off. How long have you been listening to us?
Quite a while.
That's interesting. That's an interesting question, then, if you've been listening quite a while, because I...
Always sells into strength.
Always sell into strength, right. Well, it's not strength, but I never sell, and, you know, I'm taking...
Always the counter trend.
I'm taking the bread when everyone else is basically trying to go short, or I'm taking the bread when everyone else is going long. Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, I understand that's what you always do, but the time in itself, I mean, do you let the market come to you? I mean, or what is your entry point? I mean, obviously, you're going counter trend, but the time in itself...
Well, see, I don't think it's counter trend, but that would be the definition. There's no doubt. That would be the definition. I specifically will wait, okay, for it to go into another swing. You know what I mean? Have lighter volume. I mean, are you watching Tiger TV by any chance?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a beautiful setup. I mean, I'll go through this again just so you can see what the setup was. What the setup was is that, first off, you know, we can go all the way back to yesterday. You know, yesterday had no juice at the highs. It was going into, you know, high volume spikes. Didn't have it. This morning what you had is that as it was coming up, it was going into the lows of yesterday at, you know, 1400. It had no volume. Now I'll change this and do it a 2-day so you can see it clear on Tiger TV. And what was happening is that the spike, so where my crosshairs are right now, folks, is what you're going to see is that you had a volume, the volume characteristic on Tiger TV is in the left-hand corner. So that's 4,866 contracts in a 10-minute time frame, okay? At 14:10 yesterday. That's how it was coming down, okay? You had already spiked down, no, it's up here. Okay, so you were going up into that with 559 contracts. That was at 08:15 this morning, okay? That's like, you got to be kidding me. So that was the trade. And then you already heard the correlation. The correlation was the weighting structures I know upside down in almost every one of these sectors. But in the NDX, which I just love, you know, Apple was already down 14 points when that was happening. And I knew that the NDX had to be down more than 4 points when Apple's down 14.
Well, help me out on this, Tommy. This confuses me. The saying is always out there, never sell a dull market. So the dull market seems to be light volume, but you're saying almost the opposite. I'm a little bit confused on that.
No, you're definitely confused, man, because what you're doing is that you're listening to people that don't trade. You're listening. First off, it's not a dull market. Secondly, there is volume, but where is the volume?
It's at the swing point.
On the down.
On the downside. There's plenty of volume, man.
Okay, but let me go to the second part of my question. Like in the Forex, it seems whenever Obama and Boehner, they seem to break bread or drink a beer or a tea or what have you, the Forex spikes dramatically. Now, does it lead the S&Ps in the rest of the market, or is it the other way around?
No, the dollar... It's quick, but if the dollar spikes either way, yeah, the market will get some breathing room. If the dollar goes down, the market will get breathing room up. If the dollar spikes up, the market gets crushed.
But the Forex leads the rest of the market.
I would say that the way you're asking that question, no. Because what you're looking for...
is a leading indicator.
Yeah, and your leading indicator, what I'm hearing, Richard, you know, is that you're listening to, you know, the news, and you're listening to, you're worrying about the Republicans and the Democrats, and you're worrying about things that are never going to make you any money, as is most of the, you know, populace out here. You ask anyone, this is my take on this whole deal, you ask anyone that really knows how to make money, they could care less about the fiscal cliff. You know, the propaganda that's been laid out here on a continual basis.
Well, you love the fiscal cliff because it's causing volatility, so you're enjoying the entire ride. So,
well, I was thinking more about just not necessarily physical cliff, but like yesterday on the jobless claims, the Forex went crazy for a while. It spiked up and then went down and trended down. That had really nothing to do with the physical cliff. It was just, I mean, you know, does a computer
No, that's perfect.
Have
That's my point.
Yeah, but do the Forex computers, do they have their ear to TFN Tiger TV? I mean,
no.
You know, why is the Forex buy orders going up and down like that? Who's pressing the buttons? I mean, how are those sell orders being executed to make it spike in such a dramatic fashion?
Because the Forex market is the largest market in the world.
Yeah, but who presses the button?
Hundreds and thousands of buttons are pressed.
In the same direction?
Sure, why not?
Okay, we got all these Goldman Sachs guys or whoever.
You see, man, whatever you're reading, okay, you're talking news. Now you're going to talk conspiracies about Goldman Sachs. And
No. That's not. That's irrelevant to my question. It's just like Apple in effect itself. It's like they lost the lawsuit yesterday, their patent suit yesterday, and the opposite happened. You know, a few months ago when they won the lawsuit, Apple was up several hundred points. In yesterday, they lost their patent suit against, I guess it's Sony, and it's down dramatically. Is that irrelevant to the action of Apple?
Yeah. What you have to do for yourself, Richard, is go find a system that you're happy with. Because all I'm hearing, and you might have a great system, and that's fine, but all I'm hearing is stories from this, that, and this. And I can tell you that something. If that system works for you, great, okay? But you don't have a system as far as I can see.
No, that's why I'm calling you, because you have a lot of experience in this, and I'm inquiring how to do it better.
Well,
I would learn how to trade. You need to find Tom is talking about a system. So whether it's testing swing points with volume, okay, because that is one system. Whether it's A to B equals CD patterns that are out there, whether it's Fibonacci, whether
moving averages, anything.
There's a system out there that's going to match your personality. Now, the best thing that you can do is turn off the television. So when you want to trade. Put on some music and put that into your ears or something. But but take all of the news elements out of your trading and learn to trade the other patterns in the marketplace. And also make sure that you always trade with stops. So you're not going to be right on every trade. Let the market take you out when you're wrong, and look for the next trade setup.
Yeah, and I think one of the times you just said there's nothing wrong, but it seems that from the questions you're a fundamental trader, and that's okay. And and that's fine. We're not fundamental traders. I'll re-clarify that. Any real trader is absolutely not a fundamental trader.
Right. You don't trade based on what should be. You trade on what is.
Fundamentals, the market is corrupt. It's a corrupt foundation, and it's set up for everyone to buy everyone's stock. I mean, that's all the market's about. It's a capital formation type of deal. If you're going to be a fundamental trader, the best way that I've seen is that if you happen to work for companies and you understand the company, that's dynamite, because you have that information. And that's not necessarily inside information, but you understand the company, you understand the product, you understand where it's going. You know what I'm saying? So,
in other words, price action in volume is more relevant than the external fundamentals.
Always.
Well, because you want to know what the traders are doing. Money. If you're trying to make money, you need to understand what the traders are doing, not what the news is reporting.
And also what ends up happening...
News is always, it's not news. It's history. As soon as it comes out, it's already known by the market. It's already reflected on the chart.
And what you have is this, okay, is that on a longer-term basis, there's no doubt that earnings drive stock prices, okay? The difference between fundamental trader and a technical trader would be you're both looking backwards, okay? A fundamental trader is saying, okay, I believe what the CEO is saying. A technical trader is saying, I believe what, in my case, what price and volume is saying.
So the fact that Apple's down 13, 15 points had nothing to do with losing the lawsuit yesterday?
No. Why do you think Apple's down?
I'm asking, Tom. It seems, the cause and effect when they had good news, when they have a lot of good news with product sales, volume of product.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. You better put some stops in. I can hear the frustration, that you're trying to deal with, like that. Yeah, Apple's great. Why is this down? Okay, Apple's down because just like any other stock, it got pumped up dramatically, and there's no more buyers, and there hasn't been any buyers. Okay, it's the unloading of stock.
It's all about the orders. So, yeah.
The tax sailing and the loss of judicial rulings have nothing to do with the price action.
All right, let me step in on this one. Basically, the market is driven by.
No, listen, we're done. Okay, we're done, man. You gotta get the system that you want. Okay, and God bless you, man. And I hope you put your stop in on Apple or whatever else you have out there. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. What happens, folks, is this. Okay, and listen, whatever way you want to trade, that's awesome. But the bottom line is that if you are going to trade the markets, you better have a system. And I don't care whether that system is saying, I'm going to trade in 10 minutes and every 5 minutes I'm going to buy or sell, or moving averages, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And if you listen to, this morning, okay, on CNBC, they had John McAfee on. Okay. And McAfee, folks, is the guy that, depending on what news you've been listening to, there's been a million stories, and almost every one of them has been derogatory stories, right?
Yeah.
And the interview was dynamite. I mean, the guy sat there, and he said, hey, listen, what's going on is that I didn't kill anyone, that the, folks in Belize came in, they killed my dogs. I had a bio deal set up. I'm not into bath salts. I didn't do this deal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he goes on, and I thought this was one of the best parts of the whole interview. Andrew turns around and comes in and starts giving a question about this. And he says to Andrew, and it was so perfect. He says, that question you just gave me. He says that is you got that off another news, and that's not even fact.
Yeah.
So he says, you're asking me something that's not even fact. And that's what we were just, that's what Richard is dealing with.
Yes.
Because he's dealing with listening to this one. And many times, the first one isn't fact. It keeps getting reported, and then all of a sudden that's supposed to be news. And it's all garbage.
Right.
It's garbage.
Right.
Steve Rhodes, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Let's take a look at some of the high-volume stocks. We'll find out we'll get a high or low-volume market today, but Best Buy's getting clocked again. It's down $2. Of course, we got Apple down 17. Schlumberger, we'll have to pull that up. That's down 421.
Yeah, and that should start to be a drag on the energy sector. I think it's number 3 or 4 waiting inside the XL.
And that little baby, look at that volume, too.
How about that?
She's coming in with volume. You know, she did 13 million thus far. The swing point is 66.85. Look, this is going to be the same thing. It's at 68. It's going to basically hang out here, wake up Monday morning after a nice...
Cap down.
Yeah, nice sleep, get up in the morning, boom! See ya. Don't want to be ya. So Darrell, the inside the Nadex platform, talk to me about the currencies, trading the currencies.
Okay.
I haven't made any money on the currencies yet. That's because I've done 3 trades and I've only lost $300 on them. But each day, well, yeah. See, I shotted the euro this morning. That didn't work. Anyway, talk to me how you like to trade the currencies.
Well, you can trade it, as you know, like there's 8 currency pairs you can trade over on Nadex.
Yeah.
So you can trade Aussie dollar, pound dollar, euro dollar. You can do the U.S. yen, pound yen, euro yen, U.S. franc, and U.S. Canadian. You can trade the binaries or the spreads. And the nice thing is that your break-even distance is always going to be really small. So it's going to be very, very small on them whenever you're checking them out.
Right.
Like in the money, I mean, you're talking like 2 pips break-even distance.
Right.
And so very tight break-even distance. Risk is really small. I mean, $10, $20 to make, as much as, I mean, right here we got a $20 trade. Risk. This is 5 pips to break even. $177 profit potential on the trade. So that's Aussie dollar right there. If we were buying, we got $223 profit potential on the euro. There's a $281 profit potential sitting out here over on the pound. So, I mean, there's a ton of profit potential, very tight risk management. And you can trade them, really, the nice thing is they're actually in size of mini lots, like a spread is a mini lot.
Yes.
So,
what's the best time of day to trade these?
The spread, I mean, you can trade spreads anytime you want to. So,
yeah, no, I know that. You can always spend money.
Well, I mean, if you're going to trade currencies,
I suspect that now on Sunday. They've got the elections in Japan.
Okay.
So the guy that is in the lead there in Japan, he's a student of Uncle Ben.
Okay.
Because he wants the Japanese finance ministers to be buying bonds unlimited again. So there could be some pretty wild swings inside the Japanese yen come Sunday.
Oh, listen, the next pullback in the yen, I'm definitely going to buy. I mean, the yen's going to the moon, meaning it's getting weaker beyond belief. Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you can trade the yen, obviously, during the Asian trading hours. Aussie dollar is great for the Aussie dollar.
Is it?
Just news announcements that are popping out, so you get good moves on that. Then, of course, you got all of your, euro and pound and franc. Basically, that's going to be during your European sessions. And
right.
I'd say up to about noon. I mean, you don't really trade currency through really much afternoon anyway.
Right,
I mean, they can move, but it's
not consistently.
So, you want your consistent
I guess
movement.
that'll be getting up at 5.
So really got your 2 to 12, 2 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Yeah, right. Okay.
For your currencies is your more normal trading hours, and you can do your Aussie and your yen. Now, you can do those, of course, anytime, but, of course, they move most during their own hours when their announcements are coming out.
Yeah, no, that's good feedback.
So they're great for nighttime trading.
So you got to like the Japanese yen, makes a 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD. What's your book say when you do a 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD?
Immediate reversal.
What did it do? Immediate reversal.
That's sick.
Gotta love it.
That's sick. Listen, folks, you stay right there. We got Mr. Basil Chapman coming up next, Growl and Prowl with you. Then Larry.
Nico on Friday. It's Friday already.
Oh, Friday, man. We're going to keep you healthy with Nico and Paige. Then Darrell's going to be back with you, David White, Ken Shreve, myself. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one.